All right. Surprise, surprise. It is here. 1 year anniversary from the time that I wrote the Beyond the Field ebook. Yes, I'm so excited. It's been a year. It's been crazy. I've learned so much. Shout out to everybody who's purchased the book. But to celebrate 1 year since writing the book, we are launching this podcast. This podcast is called the Player Development Podcast, presented by Beyond the Field. And I'm excited. If you're watching this on YouTube or whatever visual, I got notes. I'm going in and out. It is what it is. I'm learning this. This is something new, but I'm excited for this. Now, to tell you about myself, maybe you don't know me. Maybe, you're on YouTube. You're just this guy. I see a lot of movement, whatever it is. My name is Ed Jones. Ed Jones II. And I am the founder, creator of the Beyond the Field program, LLC. And I'll get into what that means a little bit, but thank you for being here and welcome to the Player Development Podcast. Now, once again, I'm big on gratitude. Thank y'all so much for being here in the first episode, but shout out as we celebrate 1 year since I wrote my first book, my ebook. Shout out to every single person from the bottom of my heart who purchased it, who told me how it's helped. That means more than you guys could ever know. Shout out to everybody that's been to the website, btfprogram.com, download the resources in this past year. It's been incredible to see people say that they've used it in their programs to affect change. That means so much more than you know. That was a purpose for me. I'm passionate about helping others, and that was great to hear that from you all. So you're here, you hear about the Player Development Podcast. You're probably like, okay, so what is this? Why are you doing this? I'm gonna tell you this. In this episode, we're gonna talk about the why I'm doing it, what the podcast is gonna be about, and how we're gonna go about this podcast as I'm excited to do this. So the big reason the why is kind of when I think back on writing a book last year and being here right now and just celebrating all of this, the why is I've been a player development professional for 6 seasons. I've had a great opportunity with 3 universities, and it's been so fun. And so there's a lot of people. I just want to tell people about this professional field, this role, this genre that's coming up, for lack of a better word, this niche that's coming out in not only college football, but in college sports. And so really the biggest reason for this podcast is to continue the education. Like I said, I founded the Beyond the Field program, LLC. That was in 2019 and 2020. Started writing some things, was really excited. Started, getting out our Twitter accounts and different things like that. 2021, launched a website. And then last year, wrote the book, And all this has been in the space to help people. Since I've been in this space the last 6 seasons, I've had students and professionals reach out to me. They want to find out more about player development. So this podcast is to help. It's to supplement the resources that are online. Now, I definitely want you to go check out those resources online. If you haven't bought the book, buy the book. Working on volume 2 to get more to you. But really, really excited for this podcast to just dig deeper, and just really the why behind this is to educate you all on player development. And why am I doing it now? Hey, it's a year after the book. A lot of people have been talking to me about it. I've had calls with people that are like, man, like, dude, I'm so glad you're doing this. And I like listening to podcasts, and I've been told I talk a lot. And so why not? Let's merge the two. I'm passionate about people. I guess you could say 3. Passionate about people, passionate about learning, and I like talking. So this is another reason why. All right, so moving to the what. So what will the podcast be about? And I kind of alluded to this in my excitement throughout this whole episode so far, is that it will be about player development. And when I talk about player development, we'll get into this the next episode of directly how you would define it, whatever it may be. But really, honestly, a quick definition for me in the first episode is just the enhancement of student athlete experience, through intentional programming, things like that. You are enhancing this person's experience. In my time, it's been football players. I've had opportunity to work with different sports. It's been awesome, young men, young women. But player development is just enhancing that experience, that student athlete experience that they're having at these great universities that they're going to around, the country. But also, we want to dive deep into the role. So you may be on here, maybe you're a professional who just started, maybe you're a college student who's in a sports management program like I was. Maybe you're a player who like, hey, I like this role that I see. I want to continue working around football and sports, whatever it may be. Who knows? Maybe you just like sports and you just want to know the different roles. Maybe you're about to be an AD, maybe a head coach, whatever it may be. We just want to dive deep into the role. What does the role provide? What can the role do? What are the responsibilities of player development? What are the tasks? And then ultimately, what's the impact that can be created by player development? Why do we have this professional here? Okay, we're going to talk about it. Why I believe every program should have one, and we'll get into stuff like that, and why I think other sports should have a director of player development also. But that's really what we're going to talk about on this podcast. It is a educational podcast, and we'll talk about that in the next episode. But we really want to get player development out to the forefront of athletics so people can understand that these student athletes have this time on campus. We want to enhance it. We want to make their experience even greater by developing them as people. And then, how will we educate? You may say, well, how will we do that? A lot of it in the first season, and if I can call it that, this is my first time doing it. A lot of the first season is going to be me talking, answering questions about player development. As we go through, I'll get professionals, people who are in it at the collegiate level, the high school level, even the professional level, that's how we're going to educate. We're going to talk about real situations, real scenarios. There's good things you hear about, there's things you need to know about, different scenarios. But that's really how we're going to do it. I'll even leave it open for you guys to send emails to info@btfprogram.com, questions that you may have or whatever. But that is how we'll educate. My real life experience in this, others' real life experience in this, scenarios, situations, that is how we will educate. So I didn't want to spend too much time. This is an introductory podcast. I'm excited. I could be here all day, but I wanted to keep it short and sweet. We got a lot of great episodes coming out for you all. But the recap, call to action, what I need you to do, okay, I need you to go follow Beyond the Field on Twitter, IG, and YouTube. Now, for Twitter, it's going to be BTF_program. IG, BTF_program. YouTube, we'll get that to you all. I don't have it on top of my head, but if you type in Beyond the Field program, it will be there on YouTube. The next thing, once you go visit the website, go visit btfprogram.com. We got plenty of resources there. I really want to pour out to you all. This for me is education. People are like, oh, you should do this, you should do this. And this isn't all about money making. I understand that that's part of it. But really, I really want you guys to get the resources and impact lives. Check out the resources, check out the blogs, just drop the blog this past week. Yeah, this is actually this Monday it's Tuesday about player development and the growth. I can't wait to do a podcast about the growth of player development from when I started in 2016 to this past season in 2021. That's an episode for itself. I'm so excited for that one. And I'm figuring out this stuff. I'm on Anchor right now, but I'm figuring out the podcast, on Apple Podcasts, whatever it may be. We want you to like and subscribe to the podcast on whatever platform you're listening to. Reviews will be huge. They help me know what you want, help me know what I'm doing well, what I could do better. Maybe I'm talking too fast. Maybe I could do this. You guys give me blog ideas. That's the stuff we need, interaction. And then go to BTF program and download the book. If you haven't got the book yet, it's very detailed in the player development program that I've done over the past 6 years and how I've been able to find success in this role. I love this role. I've been blessed and fortunate to speak at conferences. I've been blessed to be on NFL committees. I've been blessed to have opportunities to help people at the NFL level, the high school level, the collegiate level. It's been a blessing. And because I'm so blessed in this role, I want to bless others. So make sure you're going to the website, make sure you're following on Twitter, IG, all the socials. Make sure if you purchase the book, purchase the book. But give me ideas. I want to give you guys what you want to, take in here, help you. Now, that's it for today. I hope you can hear the excitement through the podcast. Maybe you're watching it, whatever it may be. I'm so excited. I'm in the guest room, got the ring light, got the blur in the back here on Zoom, trying to figure it all out. But that's it for today. And I'm excited. I can go so long, but I need to cut it off because I want to keep bringing fresh ideas and fresh energy to you all. Thank you for tuning in. I can't thank you enough for tuning in on this first episode. It means a lot to me. It really, really does. And spending your valuable time with me. Thank you for tuning in and spending your valuable time with me. God bless you. Go out and create generational impact. Have a great one.